Oh, hello.
Hello.
We're back again, bitch.
It might not be a podcast
Without us traveling around the world.
Huh?
What were you gonna say?
I was gonna say that it's just like a sit-down video.
No, honey. It's
But
still a
we're calling it
podcast.
Acting hella sus, that's just what I like. Come on, homie.
Podcast.
So we usually have our cute setup, and we're really trying to get
And
it
a
going.
microphone.
And we were going to pre-record episodes,
But we didn't.
didn't.
Because we did pack at like 3 a.m. before leaving.
Yes, with Vicky.
It's been a
which was
long
great.
time.
It's been 2 weeks.
That
Yeah.
was
2 week
Vicky.
hiatus. That was the last podcast we did.
Yeah, I was saying we packed for Orlando at 3 a.m.
Oh, we always pack at 3. Us, like, honestly, we're the worst for that. I don't know why we never pack on time.
Like I like.
Literally every time my mom texts us, like, hello, pack early. We're like, nah.
Cause like I don't see the point. Like I know what I'm packing already, so it's not like we never take.
Are you
long.
sure you know what you're packing?
Yeah,
What are you packing?
a big butt.
Well, wait, cut the convo, and welcome to So Rude, a podcast by me, Dion,
and Sebb Argo.
We are very excited to be back. This is gonna be all summer, every Friday. I do promise.
Yeah,
Because we've taken some hiatus. It's like a week or two.
It's been a long 3 weeks. Has it only been 3 weeks since your birthday?
I know, right?
It's felt like
We've been
years.
waiting to talk to you about
Yeah,
this.
so like
Listen.
today's
Wait.
episode-
Before we get into it, you can check out the full episodes on patreon.com/Sebastion. There's about 10 full episodes on there. They usually range to about 40 minutes long. And on here, you get the shortened version. And that's that.
Today's episode is gonna be all about Dion's birthday because there was an event in itself.
April 3rd. It's now April 28th. So the memory recall might be a little dodgy.
Also, we got COVID. So
Did we? Yeah, we did.
So a few days before Dion's birthday, you were feeling sick.
It was madness. Like, leading up to the birthday was madness because essentially we went to New York.
We released a song, Sus,
And
stream it.
New York was wild.
Yeah, New York was wild.
We released a song in New York, which was magical. And then it's crazy, like the gay club.
Yeah, we partied with Danny.
So, like, let's get the perspective. So that's like only like 5 days before my birthday.
Yeah.
And we went ham with Danny.
Yeah.
Like, how many shots did you have?
You, the same as you, Dion.
And how many did I have?
I don't know.
Like, at least 10.
There was that time we all had 2, so that's
Oh.
2. Then we had like another one.
They made a lot from us that night with the New York prices, let me tell you.
I know.
Seb and I, we go to the bar, we're like, who else wants to pay?
But New York is cheaper than Miami. Now we know.
Which is wild, because New York was a shocker.
Yeah.
And then Miami was like...
America. Now I get inflation. Like,
Right on the
inflation is a
nose.
thing in Canada, but in America,
Y'all
inflation
are-
is real.
You're doing it dirty, and it's
Yeah.
quite horrendous.
Yeah.
So we did that. Party, hungover, fly back from New York with his parents to my
Canada.
house. Now, my party was a Saturday, and on the Wednesday we went to a family dinner with your family, like, Seb has family in Canada, and then...
Dion was feeling sick, and he was like...
that day I was feeling, like,
I don't want to go,
awful.
Seb. I feel sick. And I'm like, well, Dion, you have to come. Like, I'm not going to go alone.
Yeah, Seb thought I was just, like, getting, like, nervous about the dinner.
Because every time, to be fair,
I do get nervous about... I used to get nervous about I get-togethers a lot. So I get where you're coming from.
Yeah.
But in that case I had
Nervous.
COVID,
He
but
just
I didn't know. Like, I took a test, it was negative. I took a test the next day, the Thursday it was negative. The Friday it was negative, and Saturday on my birthday it was negative. It wasn't until after my birthday, the Sunday morning, that I tested positive.
And then,
so
like...
I thought it was just like strep throat or something.
Yeah, me too, because I thought you had a strep throat because I tested you like 5 times. And then the day of the party, I wake up feeling like shit. I'm like, oh my god, I got whatever Dion has. I had the brain fog.
It was
I had
bad.
the sore throat. I had everything. And I'm like, so I got tested. I was like, wait, I have to get tested because I don't know if I have it. And it was negative.
And then you felt badly about being mean to me on the Wednesday and thinking
I didn't feel bad.
I know,
because
that's what I was getting
I
at.
still
That you
brought
didn't
it.
feel badly at all.
Yes, I still brought it to your party. I brought the entertainment. I brought the fun.
So you
I
can't say,
brought it
oh,
up.
baby, I'm sorry I wasn't more sympathetic when you had COVID on Wednesday and I pretended you were not sick at all.
Because you came to my party, I went to your party.
It's podcast, we confront the tea. And the tea has been confronted.
But yeah, I got tested.
So yeah, that was I didn't know you were feeling like you even didn't tell me. I don't.
No,
think.
because when I'm sick, I just work through it. I'm not one of those that are going this. Oh, I'm sick. I'm gonna lie down the whole day. Like, not that there's anything wrong with that.
I don't lie
but
down the
I
whole
don't
day.
do that.
Even when I do lie down, it's not the whole day.
Like, if I'm sick, I'll allow myself like maybe one day, maybe like a few hours. But like never, like if there's an
It's a good
event
way
or
to be.
something,
It's a good way to
if there's an event or something, I'm gonna be like, okay, well, it's not gonna happen again, so I should probably go to it.
Right.
But I probably shouldn't have this time.
Okay, so yeah, family meeting Wednesday. Then our family met, like his parents met my parents on Thursday, which was like obviously very intense. It was actually super fun and amazing, but it was like intense. I mean, like emotionally intense, emotionally stressful,
intense.
exhausting, because they hadn't met after like 6 years. So, because the
And
pandemic and whatever.
We had to be like soberish. Like we only had like 1 or 2 drinks because we were drinking hard for your birthday.
The
Dion.
next day.
So like it was kind of like we were like.
And
oh
that
my
day
God.
it was like I had already had my worst symptoms from COVID without knowing it was COVID on the Wednesday. So by the Friday I still felt like shit, my throat and everything, but I was like living off of ginger shots because we had so many things going on and I didn't know it was COVID, so I was still going out.
We thought it was like exhaustion too, like.
Yeah, I thought it was a mix of exhaustion, drinking in New York, and getting strep
like
throat.
traveling.
So I was living off ginger shots. Anyway, so we get to this Saturday, and essentially Seb and I are like, we have 20 people coming over for my party tonight. Like, we have to do this thing. At the same time, we both would rather just like be in bed. So we were like, here we go. One more day.
I had like a green juice that I kept coming back to. It was in the bathroom. I was like, I'll be right back. Okay, I'm good. But then like I was like, my voice was gone since the beginning. I know.
I'm sorry.
And you're not ready for the worst part of it.
What's the worst part?
I'm coming to it. I had a sore throat, like my voice was gone, and then I kept telling people, like my friends, like they were at the party, and I'm like, oh yeah, I have COVID. Haha, just kidding. No, I got tested, it's negative, so it's all good. But it turns out it was COVID.
We didn't know. So then we gave everyone at my party COVID.
Yeah, because we had a party bus. So like 20 people.
Little prerequisite here. So in Canada now they've taken away the mask mandate. It's basically you're either vaccinated or not. Like everyone's gonna be able to do whatever they want. So things are back to normal in that sense. So we were legally allowed to have this many people in my home, and we were allowed to go on a party bus without masks, and in the club without masks, because the entire of Toronto was doing that.
So we had like 20 people crammed in a party bus. I was like, everyone go to the bus. It's here. Go to the bus.
Wait, the party is don't skip the party. We still have the house party part.
Oh, what do you want to say about it?
So the house party part was great because everyone was getting there, and a bunch of people, because of the Panini Express, we hadn't shown them the house yet.
Oh, true.
So like while Seb's like entertaining the guests and everyone's drinking, playing flip cup, I'm like, every time new guests get there, I'm like giving them the house tour. I was like, oh, what's going on? And then the alcohol's flowing, and Seb literally got on the kitchen counter and poured tequila down my throat as if it was water.
Everyone's throats from the same bottle.
And he started with me. So like he was the super spreading event.
Yeah, I literally said I'm gonna super spread it to everyone. Because I was offering shots to everyone, I was offering drinks to everyone.
We didn't know we had it.
I'd be like, wait, let me try it. Yeah, it's good. So like...
So, you know,
Mama.
I mean, at that point everyone was masks off and everyone knew the risk. But it's just funny looking back.
Yeah.
And then so right before we get on the party bus, before Seb tells you the tea, my bestie got in an argument. I'm not gonna spill too much of that because it's not my place, but let's just say an argument ensued, and when you're drunk and you're trying to have fun, you're like,
I was in the bathroom and I come
what
down.
do I do?
Oh no, I was in the bathroom, I come down. I'm like, hi, and I just hear screaming, they're like, why would you do that? And everyone in the kitchen is like, because they also fought like in the middle of everyone. Like I feel like when I'm with Dion, I'm like I keep it very quiet, like, shut up, Dion, don't talk to me.
And
but, like,
if we do get to that level, we'll like at least go to the other room.
Yeah.
But they were in front of everyone.
They were in the middle of the party. I was like, oh, there's a show. I don't know.
Like we're all trying to get into the party bus drunk, which takes too long because everyone's like, oh, where's my wallet? And then they're literally having a fight. So I was like, my head was spinning. I was like, just get me in that party bus. I was literally the last one in the party bus because of the situation. And I was like, it's my fucking birthday.
And I didn't want them to charge us more. So I was like, everyone get to the bus. I'll make the roadies. So, another super spreader event. I grabbed limes.
The party bus is
cut
insanity.
them. I cut all the limes. I grab all the limes with my hands, put them in a Lay's bag. Then I grab a tequila bottle.
Do you remember me coming up to you? Do you remember I came up to you and I was like, what is this? I was like, why do you have a, like, I shook it and I knew it wasn't Lay's and I was like, what is that? I thought you puked in a bag.
It was lines for the shot, so I got the tequila bottle, and then I made like a big soda bottle with vodka and Sprite. So I didn't even bring cups or anything, so I was like, if I had known, now I know that everyone was gonna be drinking from the same bottle.
I just saw them passing around these bottles and I'm like, yo, COVID is still a thing.
Yeah, and it's not like
Little did I know I had
nobody
COVID.
was like going like this. Everyone was like, oh yeah. And then I'd be like, here,
And, like,
have a
swinging
lime.
from
And
the
then I would
ceilings
like,
like motherfucking
with my
monkeys.
hand,
I'm
grab the
telling you.
lime and be like, here, have a lime. I'm like, girl.
There was like these like poles on the ceiling in the bus to hold on to, and there was like a hole in the floor, and Seb was like, there's a hole in the floor in the pictures. So I called earlier that day and I was like, hi, can you install the stripper pole? And they said they couldn't, which was whatever. And the hindsight, it was a good thing because we were falling all around that bus, so we would hit that stripper pole, which is why they probably don't do it. But anyway, so they had these things on the roof, and you best believe me, Seb, all of our friends were literally swinging on these things, doing backflips. Seb was doing some stripper moves.
Yeah.
And it's like, while you're on the highway driving, everyone's just in the back of this bus drunk, swinging on things. Like, it was the wildest experience.
And then we get to downtown.
I really do say, like, just for the party bus, it like, after the years we've had and my birthday's being kind of lame, you really came through.
Thank you. I love you. And then, it was all good on the highway, but then we got to the downtown area, which is like you have to stop every 5 seconds.
Oh my god.
So we would all be standing, we're like, yeah! And then the bus stops and we're like, ah! And then we started dancing and they were like, ah! It was so funny.
And we were never at the very back of the bus. I just feel bad for like Vicky, who's at the right of the back. And I'm like, because when I fell, and you know when you fall and you're drunk, you're not thinking about getting up. You can't get up. So I'm just like laying on everyone, laughing my ass off. And my brother looks at me and he's like, get up, you're squishing everyone. And I was like, ah! Like, if I was on the bottom of that pile, I would have been like,
it was so funny.
like, literally, poor Vicky.
But then we finally made it to the bar.
Okay, yeah, we get there and we're like, we still have this like roadie, so we had to go and hide that. So we're like, where's the garbage can? So we got it like right in front of the club. So I was like, oh my god, guys, we have to like go hide this like alcohol somewhere. So we went, we threw that out, and then we got to the club. And this part's a bit blurry for me.
I know, everything was good, I think.
Good, like, us all getting in was peachy.
Mm-hmm.
It was like, you go in, they didn't even ask for vaccine mandates or passports because that thing was done. So it was easy to get in. And then everyone's vibing on the dance floor.
And then I'm just
Then she got
vibing,
crazy.
and then this bartender comes up. I'm like ordering a drink or a water or something. And the bartender goes, hey, are you friends with that guy with the gloves? Because there was this person that we didn't know that had come to the party.
So, little backstory there. Earlier that day, or the day before, my friend who I invited said, can they bring their roommate? And I was like, oh, don't I? I'm not one to have strangers in my house, but I was like, okay, whatever. They're bringing their roommate. They ended up showing up right when we got into the party bus, so they didn't even like come in the house. And I didn't get a chance to know this person or say hi. So yeah, we literally didn't know them, and they were pulling some stunts.
Yeah, the bartender goes, do you know this person with the gloves? And I'm like, I mean, I just met them, but yeah, what's up? And they're like, can you tell them to come pay for their drinks? Because like they haven't paid for them, and if not, they're gonna come out of my pocket. And I'm like, oh yeah, one sec, I'll tell them. So I go out to them, I'm like, oh hey, the bartender says that if you're gonna pay for your drinks, you haven't, ha.
And you can't like put a tab in Canada. Or like
no.
you can, but not like at a club like that.
And then they go, okay, yeah, oh yeah, I'll go. And they walk towards the bartender, so I'm like, okay, good. Then like 20 minutes go by, I'm like by the bar, and the girl goes, hey, did you tell your friend because he still haven't paid? I'm like,
it's wild.
And I just started smelling something sketchy business going on.
And they were giving like snaky vibes. Like even when I said hi to them, they gave me like the looking down, and I was like, okay, it's my birthday. Try smiling. No, but they gave a little bit of a shady moment. I could tell they were a shady person, and the proof was in the pudding. They actually convinced our friend. Well, we don't know what really went down, but that's
like one of our friends was like very, very, very drunk,
blackout drunk, to the point where they really shouldn't have just been in the club. They didn't know what was going on.
And then I come upstairs.
This friend was already stealing alcohol, and these two were making out. So
I come upstairs for some air outside of the club, and the security guard goes, hey, do you know this guy? And points to my friend, and I'm like,
the other one.
Yeah. I'm like, yeah,
not the one who was stealing alcohol from the bar, another one.
I'm like, yeah, what's up? And he's like, we have him and a person with gloves. stealing alcohol,
Gloves.
stealing
They were
alcohol
wearing,
from
like,
the
these, like,
cameras.
black leather gloves.
And they're like, we have your friend and this person with gloves stealing alcohol from the cameras, and I'm like,
And they look at, Seb grabs me, and Seb's like, Dion, what the fuck's going on?
I'm
And the
like-
second I go over, they're like, sorry.
oh, I'm like, so I start looking around and I see the person with gloves hiding behind someone outside, and the security guard just screaming at my friend. I'm like, well, there they are, and also they haven't paid for some drinks at the bar either. So then they finally came up, but the person with gloves was like being like, I don't know what's going on. I'm like, you're the sober one here.
Yeah.
You're the one that they saw with the bottle.
You arrived at the party after everyone drank shots, so you're not drunk.
Yeah, like it would make sense what you were stealing, like alcohol. Like my
Trying to
friend
catch
was
up to
like,
us all because we were like, wait.
yeah, our friend was like blacked out, like they didn't even need more alcohol.
So we think they got in their ear and said, hey, steal that bottle. So they literally stole a Patron bottle from someone's bottle service.
And it was $400.
500.
500.
Probably with tax. They probably charged that credit card out the ass. And so Seb's like, what the hell? And then I walk out of the club because my two friends are smoking outside. I'm going to say hi to them. And Seb grabs me and Seb's like, hello? What the hell's going on? I'm like, what's going on? And then the guy grabs me, the security guard, and he goes, if your friend doesn't pay this bill, you're going to have to. And I went, check the cameras. I'm not paying $500. And I walked away.
Yeah, I was like,
I pointed to my friend. I was like, you need to take accountability for this. And I looked at the guard and I was like, I will not be paying anything. And I walked away.
And also I feel bad now because I was screaming at I wasn't screaming, but I was talking like in the security guard's face, like, oh my god, there they are, they're there. So like the COVID.
I mean,
Probably.
when everyone's out in a club without mask, like, it's their own risk.
Yeah.
You're not the only one with COVID, I promise.
But then.
And we actually met one of our fans that night. They were like, I've watched your videos since the beginning. They were so sweet, so shout out if you're watching.
Yeah.
But we hope you didn't get COVID. Because we were hugging you and we were not wearing a mask, so.
But then we go downstairs after our friend finally pays, and they didn't let him in. And then they let in the person with the gloves, and I'm like, don't let them in, but they let them in.
that person in!
And then we go downstairs, and then we see Dion's friend from earlier, that was fighting with her boyfriend in the party.
The supersonic chef?
Yeah.
Oh my god, they're like bickering by the bar, and all of us are just here like perfectly watching, and then we all like look at each other, and then when we look back, he's like on the floor, like
He flies to the other side.
like we see him like just flying away, but we didn't see her push him. And
We just saw her go like this.
like a freaking 11.
Yeah, like 11.
Like I went like this to Seb, and then Seb would flying into the club without me even touching him.
And
it was giving that. And then she just walked away like a witch. Like,
and
nobody saw anything.
Nobody discussed any of this until the next day. We were like, oh yeah, did you see that supersonic shove? Like, do we know what's going on there?
Yeah, so we have a little theory that my friend may have powers of some kind. I did not confront them about it because I did not want to get thrown across the room.
Which we stand on.
We stand. They were just having their moment. You know, everyone has their moments. But you don't have to supersonic push someone across the room. And then of course, on an Aries birthday, an Aries moon, you're gonna get more drama. So again, nothing to do with me. Seb is talking to these two ladies. He finds out that they're from Mexico. You could tell by their accent. Hello, I'm Mexican too. Seb says they kiki. They begin licking his face. Kiki.
Yeah, they're trying to kiss
It was
me.
a bit.
They're like,
It was a
three-way
bit.
kiss, and I'm like, I'm not gonna kiss y'all. And they're like, come on, do it. And I'm like, no. I'm like, kiss me on the cheek if you want.
But they licked him.
And
like
she
a-
goes,
a full time.
and I'm like, and then she grabs her drink and goes, come, have some. And I'm like, so like by the shock, it went in my mouth a little, and I was like,
And my
what is-
only other theory about us getting COVID tested positive the next day is that before that, we didn't have it because we tested negative, and then she gave it to you.
I don't think so.
I know, but it's a fun theory.
And I'm like, what was in that drink?
Shutting me down, girl. I'm like, let me live my fantasy.
I'm like, what was in that
God.
drink? Because I think I drank some, and she's like, holy water. I'm like, no, for real, what was in the drink? She's
That's
like,
scary.
holy water, and just walks
Because
away.
you don't know
and
what
I'm
she's
like,
gonna put in it.
yeah, I'm like, did I just get drugged? But
So it's
then,
like, why can't I see straight?
and then time goes by, and I had asked these girls if I could put my coat there.
He had
They
a
said,
giant,
yeah.
y'all have probably seen it, the big fake fur jacket. It's black and it has all these like white little highlights on it. And Seb was like making out with me, so he shoved his jacket down.
Yeah, like I asked them and they were like, yeah, sure, put it here. And I'm like, thank you. So then Dion and I were making out
Like literally
in the corner.
the next booth basically, or 2 booths over. We're just kissing. We weren't kissing for long.
No, we were just making out and be like, oh, I love you. I had such a good fun time. Me too.
And then, so like literally like this.
Mm-hmm.
And the coat's behind me,
And I
Seb like looks over my shoulder.
I kept
That's
looking
really
at the coat. I'd be like this. Yeah, blah blah blah. Yeah, blah, blah.
And it's literally, I was like,
My coat is gone.
and I'm like, and I knew exactly where you put it, and I was off to the races. Seb could not, like, I'm pretty sure I just flew up.
Dion was like, let's go. They probably just took it. So he starts running and I
I
start
literally
running.
start running out the club. Seb's with me, and then we get to the top of the stairs outside the club, and I'm like, you go that way, I'll go this way.
So we went like separate ways. And then I just like turn around and I see him with a coat. So
So I turned and I walk, and I see the girls he was talking to. Like, they saw me and they go to this, like, garbage can and they're, like, huddling around being sketchy. But I can see they don't have the jacket, but I'm like, what's going on? Something's weird. And then I look to my left directly from those girls and I see this guy holding the jacket, kind of cluelessly, like, holding it. But, like, it's like, why would he steal it? So my theory is they shoved it on him. Like, they saw we were coming, they shoved it on him. So anyway, I didn't really have time to process that in the moment. So I go up to him and I grab the jacket and I go, is this your fucking jacket? And he literally goes, is this your jacket? And I go, is it your fucking jacket? I don't fucking think so. This is my jacket. You just stole it from the club. And he's like, bro, whoa. And he like tries getting in my face. His friend holds him back. And I'm like, no, is this your fucking jacket? I don't fucking think so. And his friend drags him away. And then I walk up to Seb and I'm like, I got your fucking jacket. And everybody outside is looking at me. Like literally everyone's looking at me like I'm crazy.
But
and I was like, thank God I saw you,
they
Seb.
stole it.
And then Shaq comes out of the club and I'm like, oh, Shaq, come here. I'm like, thank God you're both here. Because like everyone's looking at me like I did something wrong and I was just getting the jacket back. But yeah.
And then we got the jacket. And then we were like really tired and I was like, I need to go to bed.
And we were talking like this.
Yeah.
And I thought it was just because of the crazy night and the drinking, but now I know it was the COVID.
Yeah, the next day I was like so hungover. I was like, why am I so hungover? I haven't been this hungover in so long. And then we get a call.
A call?
From
no, I saw on Twitter. I tweeted out something about being sick, and someone was. I tweeted out like being sick or something.
Yeah, was like, is anybody else getting sick, but like not with
not
COVID, just like a cold or something?
And then my brother, who had COVID in literally Christmas time, so someone replaced my tweet and they said, your brother just tweeted he has COVID, and I was like, Leon can't get COVID, he just had it, but like the 3 months were up, so he could get it again. And I was like, oh my God, he can get it again. Oh my God. So I look on Twitter and Leon said he had COVID, and then I run downstairs and Seb and I take a COVID test and we both tested positive.
But I tested positive first, and Dion goes, stay away.
I was living my COVID fantasy. Because I've been waiting for this one, you know. I've been waiting for this one.
And I'm like, Dion,
so I was like, because mine came out negative. So I was like, the antibodies are not in me yet. I'm going upstairs.
He's like, stay away. I'm like, Dion, if I have it, you have it too. And he's like, no, put a mask on, Seb. Put a mask on.
I'm like, your viral load could be bigger than mine.
I'm like, oh. And then literally I'm like.
And then Seb's like,
I threw mine out.
You're just a traitor.
I threw mine out and I'm just like chilling on the couch. And then Dion goes, wait, Seb, is this yours or mine? I'm like, yours. And he's like, I have it too.
I was like, there's 2 lights.
And I was like,
and then I went up to him and I kissed him. I was like, well, we can kiss now. And he was not happy.
No. So.
But to be fair, Joe did the same thing. Our friend, they both got COVID because they were at the party. And like when one of them had it and the other didn't know yet, they were separated too.
Oh, Dion, shut up, bitch.
I think that's all right.
Party,
Is there any after tea? No, right?
No, it was so fun. And it was the greatest time.
It was so special. You rang in my birthday with class, elegance, and craziness. I love you. I think that's it for this podcast episode. Next episode, we will be talking about our Miami trip.
Miami, bitch.
That was absolute insane. So again, if you want the full podcast episodes, go to
Patreon.com/Sebastian.
and you can see it all there. You can vote on polls for future podcast episodes. You can send us questions. We reply to DMs on there all the time. And there's tiers on there if you want to get a Polaroid sent to you or you want to have yourself featured in the credits of a future podcast episode. That is all on patreon.com/Sebastian. Shout out to the demonetized besties. What's good? We love you so much. And next, our Rainbow Clown besties. We would never forget you. How you doing? And lastly, thank you so much to Manny
Love you, Manny.
for being at the Sebastian Collector tier. We love you all so, so much, and we'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.
Acting hella sus, that's just what I like. Call my homie being sus, breaked up. Does he know I noticed? Does he want some? Call my homie being sus, don't get caught. Tell his girl we're just chilling while I taste him. Call my homie being sus, breaked up. Does he know I noticed? Does he want some?